Be ready, start. In the strategy of rural development of developing countries, it is essential to bear in mind that modern technology as used in the highly industrialized nations with capital intensive production cannot be the basis for planning. Modern technology envisages the setting up of very large production units with considerable investment in buildings, plant and equipment. It is not always possible to have these under Afro-Asian conditions. The outlay on plant and equipment should be minimal. While modern technology is applicable for production on a mass scale, the technology to be used in a developing country should apply to smaller units of production. Such units do not necessarily produce to their full capacity on account of the demand for such products being very low. To put it briefly, an employment-oriented agro-industrial program to suit conditions in developing countries should be such that it can fully absorb local skills and raw materials and that its products cater to local markets. The notable example of Japan in its adaptation of modern technology to suit its own conditions has much to commend itself. Recently, the ILO celebrated its 50th anniversary, at which all countries of the world had an opportunity of expressing their appreciation of the great work done by the oldest of international organizations of the United Nations family. We are now in 1979 in the International Education Year, so proclaimed by the General Assembly of the United Nations, which passed on the responsibility for its befitting celebration primarily to the UNESCO. The ILO stands for work and the creation of the best conditions and motivations for man's labors. The UNESCO is concerned with the most crucial task of building the foundations of peace in the minds of men through its vast fields of education, science, culture, and communications. The quest for work for all and peace for all mankind are now the greatest needs of humanity, and I believe that both work and peace can be joined together in a new orientation of education everywhere in the world. Such a transformation of education is the need of all countries, developed as well as developing. By affording work to all and making the conditions of work congenial to the human spirit, we can add significantly to the sum total of man's happiness. Stop.